Tonight, from CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks taking on Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and off we go from Seattle. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out now comes Russell Wilson in season number 9, six-time Pro Bowler, as he gets set to lead this Seahawks offense.
Whenever you think about the Seattle Seahawks, one of the first things that pops to mind is how well they run the football and how much they like doing it. But you have to also look at how well Russell Wilson has played at the quarterback spot. Hasn't just been a game manager. Last year, over 4,100 yards passing, the second most in his career. 31 touchdown passes, and took care of the ball as well because he threw just 5 interceptions. If you need to open things up, Russell Wilson can get it done.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10.
It's always interesting when you get ready for a Seattle Seahawks game because when you think of their receivers, you think of these guys going to be 6'3", 6'4", 225 pounds out on the perimeter. But Tyler Lockett, he shatters all of those thoughts. Much more like a water bug, but maybe their most trusted target downfield. Led Seattle with 1,057 yards last season, operates in the slot and outside, and is tough as any receiver in the NFL.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Good gain by Chris Carson, picks up a 1st down, and you just have to love his running style. Talk about a straight-ahead guy, no-nonsense type of a runner. He's averaged 82 yards a game over the last 2 seasons and had 1,230 yards on the ground in 2019.
On 1st down, Wilson. Dorsett's got it. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down at will.
One thing about the Seattle Seahawks offense, they are a run-first group, and when they throw the ball, they want to throw it downfield and sting defenses, and Philip Dorsett provides great speed and a good target downfield in order to get that done. Nice catch there. His speed adds an extra dimension to the Seahawks offense.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Eric Hendricks in on the tackle.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd and 5 at the 10-yard line.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Wilson. This will be caught at about the 6. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out, and the Vikings pick up the football. Minnesota's offense and QB Kirk Cousins set to go here.
The debate about Kirk Cousins continues to rage both among Vikings fans and fans around the league. But when you look at his numbers, you think this is one of the better quarterbacks in the league. Last year broke a string of 4 straight 4,000-yard passing years with the emergence of Dalvin Cook in the backfield. So while those numbers dropped, he was still solid throwing the football. 26 touchdown passes, just 6 interceptions. Now he's just got to develop an extra target on the perimeter in order to get his numbers back to the previous levels.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. Working with 2nd and 5 now. A give to Cook out of the gun. He'll have a first down past the 40. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Vikings.
Dalvin Cook, the ball carrier.
Dalvin Cook, 75 yards. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they've ramped things up just a little bit to start the second quarter.
Dan Bailey now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
He was
certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 27, Wilson. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Greg Olsen was a big-time pickup for the Seattle Seahawks in the offseason. Spent the last 9 seasons with Carolina as an all-pro, Pro Bowl tight end, and did the same thing before that with the Chicago Bears. Now he moves to the Northwest and gives Russell Wilson a big-time target in the middle of the field.
And he is not going anywhere. He will not even get back to the line of scrimmage as the clock will stop at the 2-minute warning.
Michael Dixon.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
A first down throw for Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
I don't care how you look at it, how you cut it, how you parse it. Adam Thielen continues to be an absolute marvel, coming from where he did, Division III football, to being one of the top receivers in the NFL. But it's going to be vital for the Vikings in 2020 to keep number 19 on the field, especially since he lost his old running mate, Stephon Diggs, to the Buffalo Bills. And
it's a fumble, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Flush to his right. And now he's going to use... And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one, picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Well, CD, that's the second time this half they've put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, it doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game. So you mentioned they lost the first one. This time, able to retain possession, but they can't get into this habit. The ball can't continue to go on the ground.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's Wilson. And now he'll tuck it and run. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
So here's a first and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now Wilson on first down. That is caught at the 7. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. A chance chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. From the shotgun, Wilson. And it's caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson on target to DK Metcalf. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am, go ahead and tapping out the first half. There's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, or they want to let their return guy touch it.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Cousins on 1st down. And this is Cook with a grab. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. On 1st and 10, Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Complete to
and we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Play action, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Minnesota.
So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. Bailey's kick is good, but hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points.
Hey, man, let's play our game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams as they've already made their way back out of the locker room. So to bring you the story of the second half, let's get you right back out to Brandon Godden.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now Cook hit and he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
And it's pretty evident when you watch how Minnesota plays, just how important Dalvin Cook is to their offense. A 1,000-yard rusher a year before, the first one the Vikings had since Adrian Peterson was dominating their carries. And having Cook in the lineup for the bulk of the season, that made Minnesota exactly what their head coach Mike Zimmer wanted them to be. A much more physical team that complemented their defense.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. Throwing, Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Cousins pass.
He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And it'll bring up third down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him. Find him.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 33. Cousins to his tight end Rudolph for a Viking first down. So they did not bring pressure, and turns out probably a bad idea.
Yeah, he had time to stand in the pocket and deliver a strike. So I'm wondering if they're going to note that, and next time just go ahead and bring that pressure.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
He was taken down by...
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Seventh play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Cousins. It's complete. Abdullah. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first.
Let's go!
So the scoring dried up here in the 3rd. Nothing that quarter for either side. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Dan Bailey for the Viking field goal. A 45-yard attempt.
And Bailey able to knock it through.
is good.
And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
13. Seahawks 7.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 22. He'll throw from the gun. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
And that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, floating one, incomplete.
Pass.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They run it with Carson. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield.
Wilson's pass.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Wilson trying to urge his guys to go faster and get set at the line. Here's Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. 46 yards.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
The 7-yard line.
Nice solid game there, partner, but the clock is starting to become his enemy.
Absolutely. Every second right now, more and more precious as it ticks. Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running too, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the 4th quarter.
Well, there's a side that fans were used to seeing a little bit more earlier in his career. Just 3 rushing touchdowns last year for Russell Wilson. He's had as many as 6 in a season. I think he's a lot more selective, a little more judicious about running the football now, but still scares the heck out of any defense when he decides to tuck it and go.
Now Myers for the extra point. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run.
Jason.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Now Abdullah, the return. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own.
So Cousins and the Vikings trailing 14-13, 27 seconds to go. And they need at least 30 yards, you'd have to think, here to move the football to have a shot. Now Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Cousins to throw. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Here's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. Cousins. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. So it all comes down to the foot of Dan Bailey. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. So it all comes down to the foot of Dan Bailey. 2 for 2 tonight. This will be for the win. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds, pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This one fielded at the 5.
Tonight's final score.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Seattle.